Hi everyone, I'm Donna Stellhorn, your practical astrologer, and today we are talking about the full moon. It's on October 6th, it's at 14 degrees of Aries, and now that eclipse season is done, now comes the time of opportunities. And so let's talk about how to take hold of those opportunities. So let's take a look at the chart, and what we have is the full moon, which is of course right here. I'm still learning how to draw. And so with this full moon chart, we look at what kind of aspects it's making and what else is going on in the chart. And very specifically, the things that are jumping out at me, let me get rid of those blue lines, is that we've got Mercury here at 0 degrees and then Neptune here at 0 degrees. Now 0 degrees is a very interesting energy, because different than 1 degrees and 2 degrees, 0 is all possibilities. There's a myriad of possibilities, and it can feel so much so that it's overwhelming. And having two planets in this position and exactly in an inconjunct, and both of them ruled by Mars, because the Mercury in Scorpio is ruled by Mars, and the Neptune in Aries, of course, is ruled by Mars. And in this chart, we have Mars in Scorpio, feels very at home in Scorpio. So here you have an ability to take action, but you have all of these possible things that you can do. And all of them are going to take a little bit of work, because even though the Neptune can give you the idea that you could just slide right in, that it's easy, and the Mercury says, here are the steps to take, so you know what to do, it still has enough of an effort to it that it's going to be different. And that's the thing that the eclipse wanted us to do anyway, is to end something that we're familiar with and try something new. And so this chart really epitomizes that. And because it's a full moon chart, everything's lit up. It's right here to say, look, over the last couple of weeks, the universe has been saying, here you go, here you go. And maybe now is the time that you can say, oh yeah, there's enough light here, there's enough energy here, I see the possibilities, and I'm going to grab hold of it. Another really interesting part of this chart is the Venus sitting right there with the South Node. So Venus is what we want and what we like and what we think will be comfortable and delicious, and the South Node is the familiar. So right there we have this desire to stay with what we know. And yet with these two planets at 0 degrees and this full moon saying the energy is very high, now's really the time to say, what can I do that's different? What's the different path I can take? How can I think differently? How can I take a different route, to what I want to do? With an astrology reading, you get more information about who you are, your talents and abilities. You get to see what obstacles are ahead, and you can get a game plan for how to get past those obstacles and find success. So if you're interested in having a reading, there's a link in the description. Okay, let's take a look at your sign. Okay, Virgo, this short-term opportunity is around something about contracts or agreements for you. So that could bring some contract for employment, or maybe you're doing a purchase and sales. If you've been waiting for some sort of notification of getting something, your short-term opportunity is, it looks like it's close and you need to scan the horizon and find it. Make sure that you're watching your email, that you are aware of the communication and all of that. Now, when it comes to long-term opportunities, these are all around investments, assets, passive income sources, business income. So there are some longer term opportunities, and this may be like a single idea that then you build into something better, a new direction for your company, a new way of investing. This might bring you some sort of opportunity where you can start really paying down some debt and getting rid of something that's been a burden for a while. So the longer term opportunity, it's a little harder to access, and it's accessed over time, but it is there, and it could really help your financial situation. So you want to watch for how to get started, like the thread to follow. Now, when it comes to relationships, the interesting thing about this whole chart is there's not a lot of aspects, which is odd, but I think it's because we had so many aspects with these two eclipses. The universe is giving us a little bit of a break. But you are doing an aspect when it comes to relationships, and that is that Mercury's making an inconjunct with Neptune. So the energy that we're seeing here is the two of you are coming together and either bringing very diverse points of view so that you can see things in a new way, or you are trying to get two things to mix that just don't mix well. And that can be that, you want to go have a good time, but she wants to invite someone you don't maybe get along with, and so then there is some difficulty. Or that, it's just this energy of trying to get two people together when you both have different goals or different ideas. And this is, of course, worked out by just having some open communication. If you talk to each other, you could discover that your partner is thinking something entirely different than you were expecting. Now, when it comes to your money, you really activate money through Venus, and Venus is sitting with the South Node, and that is such a comfortable place to be. It's in your own sign. It just, you feel like, I don't want to try something new. I just want to wait it out and see if this is going to work. And in this particular energy of this chart, it says, no, go do something different. Go change it up a little bit. It doesn't mean that you have to start from scratch. It just means, look at something from a different perspective. So one of the things you might ask yourself is, am I doing things the same way? Am I just waiting for something? Am I a little too comfortable about this? And comfort sounds like a good thing, but actually too much comfort can get us in a vulnerable situation. So it's time to kind of stretch out a little bit and see what little differences you can do that could really jumpstart your money. Now, when it comes to money from business as well as your career, as I said before, there's not a lot of aspects in this chart. So things are going on as they have been in the past. And so a lot of the things that you're doing, the differences that you're trying to do, those are going to manifest after this 2-week period. So this is though you do still have that Neptune energy really giving you some great opportunities when it comes to passive income sources and business income. So if your primary source is a job, you might want to look at what your 401k is doing, how those other types of investments are doing to maximize this energy. Today's tutorial is a blast from the past, especially for those of you who miss my long hair and want to know about your rising sign. Here you go. I'm Donna Stellhorn, and here are 3 things you may not know about your rising sign. Number 1, your rising sign is based on your time of birth and location of birth, and the rising sign changes every 2 hours. And so over a 24-hour period, we will go through all 12 rising signs, which means that sometimes even twins have different rising signs. Number 2, your rising sign is how you appear to others, and so they may see you as your rising sign more than your sun sign. Rising signs can also affect your appearance, and so you might find that you look more like your rising sign. For example, Taurus can have a gap in their teeth, or Virgo might have very long, beautiful fingers, or Scorpio has very piercing eyes. This is based on the rising sign, not on the sun sign. And number 3, if your sun sign and your rising sign are the same, then you're a double. And that means that what we see is what we get. That's awesome.